Now on 4 News Now at 6, the mayor of Spokane promised to move House of Charity out of downtown Spokane. Almost a year later, nothing has changed. We sit down with the mayor and Catholic Charities to find out where the project stands.
Get used to the cold weather as it's only going to get worse. Stronger winds, lower temperatures. It's a weather alert day in the first alert forecast.
Multiple coffee shops in Spokane burglarized. How they are getting in and why owners are worried this isn't going to stop anytime soon. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. A bold plan unveiled by Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward and Catholic Charities to move the House of Charity out of downtown and help businesses thrive has gone nowhere since the announcement 10 months ago.
We're excited to announce that the city has formalized a partnership with Catholic Charities to pursue a new permanent shelter campus that would relocate the House of Charity out of downtown.
Well, that was the promise made last spring by Mayor Woodward, but tonight the House of Charity is nowhere close to being moved. Good evening, I'm Kirsten O'Connor. As the mayor prepares for her State of the City address tomorrow, we asked her today what happened to the plan for House of Charity 2.0. Our Jordan Smith is at the House of Charity tonight. And Jordan, what are the city and Catholic Charities saying about this plan?
Well, Kirsten, I asked Mayor Woodward and Catholic Charities, where does this project stand today? And as of tonight, this shelter here behind me in the downtown area is poised to remain here, at least for the foreseeable future. The announcement to relocate the House of Charity homeless shelter came as major news during last year's State of the City address. The shelter, currently located just blocks away from downtown businesses.
We've spent a lot of time working on that plan. That was a big announcement.
But the most immediate question was, where would the shelter be moved to? A question that never received an answer from Catholic Charities CEO Rob McCann.
The biggest question we have to ask is where? Where is it?
And I'm not going to answer that question.
Fast forward to today, and it still remains unanswered.
We looked at a number of locations outside of downtown that just didn't work. I'll just tell you, locating a shelter is probably the most difficult work that you can do.
Finding a 3-acre lot to house up to 150 people remains an immense hurdle for both Catholic Charities and the city, particularly with neighborhoods vocalizing their opposition to relocating near them. I sat down with Catholic Charities to learn what they need to be operational at a new location.
That includes a site that has the correct, amenities that surround it, a site that's the right size, a site that has great transportation access for the people that might be accessing that location.
I asked if they were close to zeroing in on any one location. He tells me they're keeping their options wide open. But as they wait for a location, the intersect of public safety and homelessness remains a challenge for businesses downtown.
What we hear from businesses is, while they are working in earnest to make a comeback, put the pandemic in the rearview mirror, there are concerns about what is happening on the streets. Public safety continues to be a top element, a top of mind concern.
The city is committed to addressing those concerns as they wait for a new shelter location, doubling the amount of officers at the downtown precinct, and they're working to create a regional homeless authority. But until they can find that new location, the shelter is poised to remain here, and there's no timeline as to when that might change. And Kirsten, as you mentioned it at the top of the show, Mayor Nadine Woodward is just 24 hours out from delivering her annual State of the City address, where she plans to emphasize their mission of public safety and what we can expect moving forward as they continue to battle homelessness here in Spokane. Reporting in downtown tonight, I'm Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Well, your phone might say the weather is in the teens, but it sure doesn't feel like it thanks to the wind. Because of extreme cold, our team of weather experts at 4 News Now have declared today and tomorrow weather alert days. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how long this Arctic blast is going to last.
Well, Kirsten, my phone here says it's 16 degrees with east-northeast winds at 23 miles per hour. It feels like it is 2 degrees below in Spokane. Spokane. A wind chill advisory has not even taken effect yet. It goes into effect at 10 o'clock tonight, continues all the way through Friday morning. We'll start to see things moderate a little bit by Friday and into the weekend, but it is still going to be cold and below average. Here's a look at our current temperatures across the region, and these are our air temperatures. These are not wind chill readings. 9 in Bonners Ferry. It's 13 in Coeur d'Alene, 16 right now in Pullman. Wind speeds, now these are sustained winds. We are experiencing higher gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, but these are sustained winds. 23 in Spokane, 15 in Coeur d'Alene, making it feel like it is below zero in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, and Bonners Ferry. 13 below at Lookout Pass right now. Here's a look at your Thursday planner. Our high tomorrow, our average high for tomorrow is 41 degrees. We're going to top out at 17. Now those pink boxes, those are the forecast wind chill readings. 13 below at the bus stop tomorrow. Our high for the wind chill, only 1 degree. So it is going to be brutally cold for the kids out at the bus stop, both going to school and returning home. And it's going to be cold again on Friday morning. I'll let you know how cold it is going to be and tell you about some snow in the forecast for Sunday. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. And make sure you download the 4 News Now weather app to keep up with the weather alert days and the forecast near you. Take advantage of the hour-by-hour temperatures, the interactive radar, and turn on notifications to get important alerts sent straight to your phone. A terrifying moment today for students and staff at Lake City High School in Coeur d'Alene. Someone called in saying there was an active shooter. Police rushed to the school and found out it was another hoax. The term swatting is becoming more common. The Coeur d'Alene School District says it's a serious misuse of law enforcement resources and it's against the law. 3 schools in Boundary County were also on lockdown and they received similar threats. Those schools were searched. No threats were found at those schools. At 6 tonight, Vanessa Perez spoke to students and parents about the chaos.
Parents described it as a scary time when they found out there was a possibility of a shooter in their school. Most people I spoke to were pleased with the response here. Some parents decided to pick up their kids after the lockdown. Classes were back to normal following a fake report of a shooter on campus.
I saw partially on the cameras when I was in that room that there were a lot of officers in the hallways, and it was kind of scary to see all that.
They say the lockdown lasted about 30 minutes, but the time felt endless.
I thought it was like a drill, but then I kind of noticed like the teachers started looking around and looked scared. And so I kind of got scared, and then I was like, okay, I knew this was legit, so I got really scared. I had a panic attack when the police came in, so I started crying.
We're told many parents called the school to tell them they'd be picking up their kids. A parent we spoke to says his friend and son told him what unfolded at school. He thinks he also received an email.
As far as I know, the response was good. It was quick, and it was appropriate. I really don't have too many concerns when it comes to that. We have a full-time, police officer on campus.
Coeur d'Alene Police says officers were at the school within 2 minutes.
We train hard. Our officers are trained when they arrive on scene at an incident like that. They're immediately going inside. We're going to be trying to get as much information as we can, but we're not waiting to organize outside.
As officers arrived, they received information about other calls being made at other schools around the state.
We received that information. Doesn't mean that we treat it any differently. We wanted to make sure, like I said, because we're worried about the safety of the kids, we wanted to treat it just as we would if there would have been an actual incident.
A swift response to keep students and staff safe. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
We have breaking news out of Orlando, Florida tonight. A 9-year-old girl and a journalist were shot and killed in 2 separate shootings that happened around the same time. The 9-year-old and her mom were shot first. The sheriff's office there says a reporter and photographer were shot a few moments later while covering a deadly shooting that happened earlier in the day. They were both rushed to the hospital, but only one of them survived.
So I want to acknowledge what a horrible day this has been for our community and our media partners. I work closely with all of you and know many of you and know the very difficult job that you do and also the very important job that you do for our community.
The sheriff in Orange County, Florida, who you just heard from, says a 19-year-old man has been arrested in connection with all of these shootings. Deputies say the teen already had a lengthy violent criminal history. No word yet on a potential motive. New at 6 tonight, Spokane police say they're working to charge a gunman in a shooting that happened in the Garland district a few weeks ago. Detectives say it happened here on Kiernan Avenue near Garland and Cedar. They say one person was shot several times around 2:30 in the morning on February 11th. They say he was taken to the hospital and is now on the road to recovery. Police tell us they're not able to talk about whether they've made any arrests in this case, and they're still investigating a motive. If you have information on the case, call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. WashDOT announced its plan to not only get more people off the street, but also help them get jobs. How the new PEP program works next on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Saving you green. At Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, we are loaded and stacked full on the lot with over 100 new and used vehicles shipped to our dealership last month. So this February, we are offering a sweetheart of a deal by aggressively lowering prices to sell them fast, plus offering delayed payments until April 1st and giving you larger than normal trade-in values so you don't have to wait for your new vehicle. You can show up today and drive away in a new vehicle this week from Dishman.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting.
I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Next ET.
Only one show is with Dionne Warwick and Dolly Parton talking about their new duet and future comedy collab. Plus.
Hi, I'm Sheryl Lee Ralph.
And I'm Lisa Ann Walter.
And we are
spilling the ET. Friendship. It's a perfect blendship.
I cannot believe she just got me to do that. Lord, have mercy.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
We have more breaking news tonight. At least one person is dead after a shooting in Reardon. Washington State Patrol says this happened in the area of Laurel and Summit a little over an hour ago. The person who was shot later died. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is leading this investigation, and we will have more on this developing story as information comes into our newsroom. Camp Hope continues to move campers into better situations, and now they're all getting the opportunity to truly turn things around. Emily Bloom explains tonight at 6.
Kirsten, WashDOT is starting a new program next week called the Pre-Employment Preparation Program, or PEP. This is specifically designed for people who are experiencing homelessness, and that includes people at Camp Hope. 4-week pre-apprentice course will give in-class education and hands-on training to earn certificates in OSHA, first aid, CPR with an AED, traffic control, flagging, and forklift qualification.
It's giving them an opportunity to make fair wages in a job that's consistent.
With those skills under their belts, they'll be able to connect with interviews, apprenticeships, and they can begin flagging for traffic control immediately.
People that would normally not have a chance at a job like this.
Through WashDOT's new programs, these folks can learn a new trade and get a second chance at employment with a fair wage.
It's not different wages than any other flagger would be, so they are going to be making fair wages, which means they don't need our assistance to get out of here. They literally can do it themselves.
Along with helping them gain these skills, WashDOT will support them through barriers that might exist, such as getting documentation they need.
A lot of people experiencing homelessness have barriers, like criminal barriers, some backgrounds that may not have ever qualified them, or nobody's ever reached out to them for them to believe that they could do something like this.
And once they start earning a livable wage, they have a shot at long-term success that is sustainable.
It's a regular state paid job with benefits.
And this is not just for people at Camp Hope. 3 other service providers and those at Catalyst will also get this opportunity. Julie Garcia tells us that some of her own employees that were hired through Camp Hope will even enroll in the program so they can have a true career. Reporting in studio tonight, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Single-digit low temperatures for the next couple of nights, but it's the biting northeast winds that bring our wind chill values well below 0. We have a wind chill advisory through Friday morning, and we are going to stay bitterly cold through Friday morning before things start to moderate a little bit. I'll let you know how much warmer it's going to get by the weekend after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chewelah Casino.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we simply don't do that.
We ain't no big city slickers with second stickers.
It's business as usual.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Fred Meyer, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Hopefully you are indoors for the night, all snuggled in, because it is very cold right now in Coeur d'Alene. Clear skies and 13 degrees. Here's a look at US 95 and I-90. Spots may still be a little bit icy from last night's snow. Meanwhile, in Spokane, mostly cloudy skies at the airport. It's 16 degrees. We've got some clearing here in downtown. However, a beautiful little crescent moon along with Jupiter and Venus. Pretty sky tonight. It is going to be cold, 6 for an overnight low. That is the air temperature. But look at these winds out of the northeast, and they will be picking up later tonight, peaking in the overnight hours, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts from the West Plains really into the Columbia Basin up to 50 miles per hour. 40-mile-per-hour gusts will be more common. Here's a look at our winds. Currently, it's been especially windy over the last 24 hours in Sandpoint. We continue to find northeast winds at 33-mile-per-hour gusts. In Spokane right now, up to 30-mile-per-hour gusts in the valley, 23-mile-per-hour gusts right now. And that northeast wind, it just feels different, that dry, cold air coming in. Here's a look at our forecast wind gusts starting off at 7 o'clock tonight. Here's our key up here. Once we're into that brown, that's 50-mile-per-hour gusts. So as we go into the evening, we'll start to see that brown developing out in the Columbia Basin. 46 miles per hour in Grand Coulee, 45 in Ritzville, 42-mile-per-hour gusts. Also very windy at Sandpoint, Pullman. Really throughout the entire region, the wind chill is going to be an issue. Starting to ease back just a little bit by 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to feel any warmer, though. Very, very cold. As we go through the day tomorrow, it is going to remain very windy across the region. Finally, a more significant calming by Friday morning. Here's Friday at 7. However, any breeze out of the northeast on a day with temperatures in the single digits, that is going to feel very, very cold. Overnight lows tonight, below 0 in Bonners Ferry for an air temperature, single digits in most other locations. Our forecast wind chill for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Kids are walking to the bus. 23 below in Sandpoint, 10 below in Spokane, 16 below in Coeur d'Alene, with high temperatures tomorrow only in the teens in many locations. We do see those temperatures moderating, a little bit warmer Friday, even warmer for the weekend, still almost 10 degrees below average. And then we bring in a good chance of snow on Sunday. Still getting a handle on how much snow to expect. We will be updating you as that system approaches. In the meantime, stay bundled up, Kirsten.
That's good advice. Thank you, Chris. Well, as Chris just showed you, we have many hours of bitter cold winds to go before we start getting warmer. Our weather team wanted to show you how fast the wind can worsen the impacts of this Arctic cold. New at 6, meteorologist Matt Gray put together this demonstration.
We are always telling you to add extra layers when the wind chill is like what we're seeing this week. But why just tell you when we can show you? For this experiment, I placed 2 wet rags outside, one in the wind and one sheltered from the wind. And the goal here was to see which one would freeze up first. Temperatures were in the 20s and winds were gusting to about 15 miles per hour. That's a wind chill of about 10 degrees. I went back outside after about 10 minutes to check on them. The rag exposed to the wind was frozen solid, as you can see here, while the other one wasn't even close to frozen up yet. Now the wind, what it does, it helps transport heat away from that wet rag much more efficiently, and so the water in the rag's fibers freezes a whole lot faster. Wind chill, it works in the same way. It's transporting heat and moisture away from your skin more efficiently, and that makes it feel colder, and it makes the risk of hypothermia and frostbite a whole lot higher.
Thank you, Matt. And you can find weather stories like this one in Matt Gray's weather newsletter, The Brainstorm. Sign up on KXLY.com and get in-depth forecasting and discussions of the science behind the weather in your inbox every week. The results are in, and one study says shortened work weeks could revolutionize the workforce. The benefits of working 4 days a week and how it could help you and your employer coming up.
A massive development is under consideration in West Coeur d'Alene right now, and the plan is not being well received by some people living in this neighborhood. Now coming up, concerns from the community and the next step for this development.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Big Table helps restaurant and hospitality workers in crisis and transition, offering care, coaching, and support.
Too often, the person preparing or serving your food is struggling to put food on their own table. Big Table serves hope through crisis intervention and relational care.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Big Table as they help enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
At Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, we are offering a sweetheart of a deal by aggressively lowering prices to sell them fast. Plus, offering delayed payments until April 1st, so you don't have to wait for your new vehicle. This week at Dishman.
What happened there, Lucky Charm?
Hey, you're still up $400.
Yeah, but I did lose that one.
Well, maybe if you stop hitting 19. And while you're at it, put on your game face.
That's a good idea. How's this?
Just looks like your regular face.
There's a gleam in my eye.
What gleam? Hey, Brooke, do you see a gleam?
I have not seen a gleam since 19...
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
Whether you're in the market for affordable furniture, clothing, or vintage treasures, you'll find what you need at UGM thrift stores. But checking off your list is not all you'll accomplish. Every purchase and donation opens the doors for men, women, and children experiencing homelessness to get the help they need. Your support provides food and shelter, job training, and holistic recovery services at Union Gospel Mission. Stop in today and offer life change.
Tomorrow, get a sneak look at Grey's Anatomy as Meredith says farewell to Seattle on
Good Morning America
and Tessa Thompson live. Then Colin Farrell and fellow Academy Award nominees on the movie everyone is talking about as GMA counts down to the Oscars.
The icy winds of winter are here. Whether you're heading up to the slopes or just traveling through a mountain pass, you need a vehicle that can handle the icy conditions. Stay in control with trucks, and more trucks from Northwest Motorsport.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
New at 6, the results from a UK pilot program testing out a 4-day work week are in, adding to the growing body of evidence that a shorter work week could be life-changing for employees. CNN's Chris Wynn explains why researchers are calling their study a success.
There's a revolution happening in the workplace.
Why are we still working 5 days a week? And why aren't we working on our lives?
This week, the nonprofit advocacy group 4-Day Week Global released the results of a 6-month pilot involving around 2,900 workers in the UK, where 61 companies agreed to let their employees work 4 days a week without a reduction in pay.
All around the world, across many industries, we're finding that this model can work.
According to the data, on average, employees reported higher job satisfaction, lower rates of burnout, and less work-related stress. The results also showed most of the companies involved reported no drop in productivity, with 92% keeping the 4-day schedule beyond the trial. Despite this, some human resource experts believe getting more American companies on board could be tough because of competition and the fear of falling behind.
Companies, employees, they want to win. And it is important for them to keep inching their targets higher and higher.
But some psychologists say employee burnout is cause for concern, with more people now prioritizing their mental and physical health, especially post-pandemic.
It's a step in the right direction to find a way to have a more sustainable life and a life that's more worth living.
A potentially game-changing shift in culture and mindset, as some aim to challenge the status quo.
This is about how we as people are looking to work in the future.
The almost year-long search for a woman allegedly kidnapped from New Mexico has come to an end, where she was found and how she managed to escape coming up.
Spokane coffee stands are dealing with thousands in damages, and thieves are causing these all while taking things that are little in value. Hear these owners plea for help and what police say they can do to help stop these thieves.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good.
just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep, looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep, just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
For over 20 years, my dad sold vehicles all over Eastern Washington. To the farmers and ranchers, the firefighters, to the military men and women at Fairchild, and of course, our friends and neighbors. He knew selling great vehicles at a fair price and taking care of the customer would build the foundation for years to come.
It was true then, and it's still true today. You see, we treat everyone like family because we are family.
We want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert. Relive the adventure of Harry and his friends as a live symphony orchestra performs John Williams' unforgettable score with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss this magical live concert event of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert.
Tickets on sale now. Get yours at ticketswest.com.
When you're faced with the question,
Hey, honey, what do you want for dinner?
He should know my answer is going to be mustard seed. Original signature dishes that are made fresh daily. Great happy hours. And locally owned. Life's too short for mediocre food. Mustard Seed, where Spokane eats. Dine in, take out, and delivery.
Female bodybuilding scandal? Next, Inside Edition. Do photo shoots like this hide a shocking secret? What they say it took to win.
Once the video was released, I was mortified.
Inside the competitive world of female bodybuilders. What she says happened to her. Then, Buster takes the stand. Will his defensive dad change anything? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
New at 6:30 tonight, Coeur d'Alene city leaders are considering a massive new development project called Coeur Terre. The plan is to develop 442 acres on the western edge of the city. North Idaho residents have already pushed back against this development at the city council meetings. Peter Choi shares concerns from the community near the site and the next step for this development.
Well, guys, take a look at this for a second. Now, this is where a massive development is going to be in the next 20 to 30 years. Now, people living in this area are worried about heavy traffic and public safety that this development will bring. Now, they said this plan is being rushed without enough studies.
And that is probably the largest concern out of all the people in this development is that the amount of traffic that is going to be going up and down these roads.
After attending Coeur d'Alene City Council meetings,
Coeur Terre doesn't need to be something that is pushed through quickly.
John Hawley, living near the new development site, now has more questions, concerned that the plan being rushed.
Should be more, yes, more study, more time, more traffic evaluation that goes into it. I just don't think that they've done the amount of studies that they should have done.
For this new development, decades of master plans are required to provide over 2,000 housing units, city parks, 2 school sites, and commercial use sites.
We're excited about this project. It brings a lot of long-term housing.
Representing the Kootenai County Land Company, senior planner Brad Marshall says there are still changes to make.
We did make some changes to the agreement and to the project proposal to address the concerns of the adjacent neighbors and a few of the council members, and that relates to some zoning and some access,
including reducing the number of houses going into this project. Coeur d'Alene City Council will hold another meeting early March whether to give final approval.
This is a huge project. You know, take your time and do the appropriate studies.
In Coeur d'Alene, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Live look over a very cold downtown Spokane, and it is going to get colder. Tomorrow is another first alert weather alert day for sub-zero wind chill. That is going to be the case for most of the day, particularly in North Idaho, and that is actually going to be an issue through Friday morning. Our wind chill advisory hasn't even taken effect yet. Goes into effect at 10 o'clock tonight, continues through Friday morning. The coldest readings, both in terms of air temperature and that feels like temperature, are ahead of us. Right now it's 16 in Spokane, in Colville, 13 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Presently we're at single digits in Bonners Ferry. Wind speeds across the region, they're actually going to be picking up later this evening, but they're still at 23-mile-per-hour winds in Spokane, 19 in Sandpoint, where it has been especially windy. Wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, and this is the current wind chill below zero in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, and Bonners Ferry. Look out past, it feels like it is 14 degrees. In your Thursday planner, expect a mix of sun and clouds, at times more clouds than sun, at times vice versa, heading up to a high temperature of 17 degrees with wind chill values topping out at 1 degree above zero. Many locations will stay in the sub-zero range. I'll be back with some Wildlife Wednesday photos to help warm you up and a look at the 7-day forecast. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. New at 6:30, Spokane County Commissioners approved a plan to help fund the more than $20 million of renovations for Avista Stadium. The county agreeing to match every dollar the Spokane Indians baseball team raises, up to $8 million. The updates are to meet the new stadium guidelines set up by Major League Baseball to allow the Indians to keep playing at the facility. The county also saying it will increase the overall rent for Avista Stadium from $25,000 to $100,000 a year. And the Indians will be responsible for all operation costs once renovations are complete. Also new at 6:30, lawmakers in Oregon are once again having the debate on if people should be allowed to pump their own gas in the Beaver State. New Jersey and Oregon were the only states that banned self-serve gas stations, but Oregon started to make exceptions for rural counties. Now a new bill is making its way through the legislature that would allow gas stations to make way and allow more self-serve pumps across the state.
Oregonians are getting better, more and more familiar with the practice of pumping their own gas, and they are becoming more and more supportive of the idea of having a choice as to whether they can pump their own gas.
Gas station owners say the bill would help them deal with staffing shortages, while critics cite safety concerns and access for people with disabilities who may find it difficult to pump their own gas and the jobs gas stations with attendants provide. Well, this is new security footage from Blissful Blends in Spokane. Thieves actually coming through that window and breaking into the coffee stand, costing them thousands of dollars in repairs. Other coffee stand owners say they're getting hit as well. Tonight at 6:30, Bronte Sorotsky shares owners' frustrations and what police say can be done to deter burglars.
Blissful Blends is one of a handful of coffee shops that's taking hit after hit from thieves. And while they aren't getting away with much, these break-ins are costing them thousands in repairs.
My shop up north was broken into, and they did about $8,000 worth of damage.
While that incident cost Sarah Davis thousands in repairs, thieves barely got away with anything from her store.
Never get away with anything of value. There's been a time or two times actually, when somebody drove a car through the building.
Davis isn't alone. Other coffee stand owners say they're dealing with these burglaries too.
I think mostly is my just concern for my team, and it just, you feel violated, and you walk in and there's glass everywhere and there's cups thrown everywhere.
SPD is aware of some of these incidents. Owners have filed police reports. Officer Jacqueline Valencia says police are responding to burglaries like these every day.
A lot of what businesses can do is exactly what these businesses did, like the coffee shop, getting alarms, connecting them to the police department so we do respond when the alarms go off, getting surveillance cameras in and outside of your businesses, brighten up your business at night.
She says SPD encourages all businesses affected to file police reports to let officers know which areas may be seeing more of these crimes.
So they will put more patrol officers in that area to look out for criminal activity happening whenever it happens.
Davis and Curtis say as owners, they're feeling defeated as thieves continue to wreck their stores.
You just feel violated when you walk into work like that.
And owners tell me with no clear end in sight, they're worried about their employees and their business. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Coming up in sports, why Gonzaga fans say it's important for College game day to make the trip to Spokane this week.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It's time to elevate your finances with an Ascend checking account from P1FCU. It's a free checking account that can pay you dividends. Earn 1.45% APY on balances up to $15,000. Plus, get online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend checking. To open your account, visit p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get the biggest store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Plus, leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase special financing for 5 years. So you can get that new living room or bedroom furniture you've always wanted and pay for it over time with no money down during the 28-hour sale this weekend at Walker's.
So we recently partnered up with Ben Gregg of the Gonzaga Bulldogs to help us spread the word about our Zags Win, You Win promotion. And next time I'll bet he'll read the fine print.
It's not all bad. Turns out I have a natural talent for heating and cooling.
Jump, 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 jump.
Zags win, you win.
This February, if you're searching for something sexy, tough, reliable, and exciting, then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota and fall in love with a new RAV4 or Highlander, or maybe a Tundra or Tacoma truck, and take advantage of great financing options. Plus, if you're looking for a quality used vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great options to choose from. This February, fall in love with a new vehicle for 2023 from Findlay.
Take a little break from the talk of all this wind chill and enjoy some Wildlife Wednesday photos. And we're going to start off my favorite animal, the moose. Mark Boat says it pays to make noise in the forest sometimes, which I think is like the antithesis of the wildlife photographer's normal creed. But he made a little noise, and this young moose came out to see what all the fuss was about. Got his picture taken. Mark claims he was unimpressed, and not Mark, the moose, and meandered away. But what a darling photo. Thank you, Mark. Next, one of my all-time favorites. I like the owl, too. Courtney Litwin. She knows I love a snowy owl. In fact, I have her photos of snowy owls hanging in my home and in the weather office. And she captured this amazing image of this just majestic owl. I just love it, Courtney. Another framer for sure. And finally, from Kazu Crumpelman, terrific photo, sharp-shinned hawk. Looks like it's showing off for Kazu almost. Look at those beautiful feathers. I will have these photos on my Facebook page posted later this evening. If you go there now, there are thousands of photos from around the inland Northwest of some of the beautiful creatures we share our area with. And they are cold tonight, and we are cold. It is 16 right now in Spokane. Mostly cloudy skies, not very thick clouds, though. They are not keeping us warm. Wind chill is 2 degrees, and actually the wind out of the northeast at 23 miles per hour keeps this temperature a little bit higher than it would be otherwise. If we had calm winds, this number would be lower. This number would not be as low, may not even exist. Here's what's going on a very broad view. We have a big dip in the jet stream. We are sharing this cold air with a good portion of the country, below average temperatures throughout the western United States and right on into the western Great Lakes. The darker the purple, the colder the air, and we are going to be seeing even colder weather for tomorrow morning. It is going to continue to be with us for Friday morning as well. That is where our air temperatures will bottom out. Our winds will be dying down just a little bit, however. Overnight lows tonight, these are air temperatures, not wind chill readings, will be in the single digits and even the single digits below zero in Bonners Ferry. These are wind chill forecast numbers for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, about the time some of our earliest school kids are heading off to school. It is not going to be warming up much for any of our local children heading off to school tomorrow morning. Thursday's highs will be in the teens and 20s, but our wind chill readings will not get above zero in North Idaho, and we'll be staying in the single digits in many locations. We should have a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. It is a weather alert day because of that wind chill issue. It's also going to be very cold Friday morning. Then our temperatures will slowly start warming up, but staying below average through the 7-day forecast. And we're going to start to add some snow into the picture late Saturday night and into Sunday, with possible snow on Monday and Tuesday as well. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. Those winter storms all across the country are causing turbulence for travelers trying to catch flights. Over 2,500 flights have been canceled today, according to FlightAware, and travel plans are not expected to get better for some flying out later this week. A powerful coast-to-coast storm is impacting much of the western and northern states. From California to Connecticut, 43 states, 160 million Americans, all under winter weather warnings. New at 6:30, a woman abducted nearly a year ago is free after making a dramatic escape from her alleged kidnapper. Authorities say the woman managed to get away to a gas station in New Jersey. All the dramatic moments caught on video. CNN's Polo Sandoval has the details.
It was a dramatic end to what police describe as a nearly year-long cross-country kidnapping. The woman seen running into this New Jersey service station in early February is escaping her suspected captor, who is close behind, a man later identified as James Perillo, Jr. The year-long ordeal started in New Mexico, where the couple first met last February. The woman says she agreed to give Perillo a ride to Arizona. They eventually made their way to California, where she says their relationship took a violent turn. That's where police say Perillo physically assaulted the woman, taking away her phone and debit cards. Eventually, the pair made their way cross-country in what New Jersey State Police describe as a year-long nightmare. Cameras inside the store captured the moment the barefooted woman deadbolts the door, preventing her alleged kidnapper from entering.
All you could hear is screaming like, "I've been kidnapped."
Bobby Madan is the owner of the service station. He remembers the frantic look of the woman desperate to get away.
The lady was really scared, like she was really scared. She's looking at the back wall in the office, thinking that he's going to come through the back door or break the wall to come in. So I just reassured her that you're fine, you're safe, the store's locked, nobody's coming in, and the police is on their way. And she just kept repeating that, he's kept me against my will. Right. And eventually the state troopers did get there.
New Jersey State Police are looking into the possibility that Perillo may have held other women against her will in the past. He's already been charged with kidnapping and aggravated assault in connection with what police say was a heroic escape.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
You ain't
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This weekend was juicy. I got the tea and the cup.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. All hands up in the air. I forgot to put my shoes on. Oh, it's party time.
One of the best-kept secrets in Spokane is the little granite and cabinet store that does most of the biggest remodels and new construction. Northwest Granite.
Northwest Granite is known for their incredible selection of unique granite, marble, and quartz countertop options that bring captivating, attractive looks to any room in your home.
From quality flooring to a variety of cabinets and exotic countertops, Northwest Granite is the one-stop shop that does it all.
Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross-traffic alert. And it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for America.
Get 0 for 36 months plus $1,000 low APR cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape only at your local Ford dealer.
Ford News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Well, the big game is almost here. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The College Game Day bus is expected to arrive in Spokane tomorrow. College Game Day will hold its live show at McCarthy Athletic Center on Saturday ahead of Gonzaga's matchup against St. Mary's. It's the 3rd time the College Game Day bus will make the trip to Spokane. The first time since 2009. Fans are excited, especially the students of the Kennel Club. The Kennel Club is hosting a kennel camp out the night before the game. The club is expecting anywhere from 600 to 700 students, and it's all in anticipation of what many are calling the biggest Gonzaga game this season.
I'm just excited for people to really see what we do here, because this is like a special place, like everyone says it, but you don't really get it until you can feel it and see it, and game day I think is a good way to show that. And the guys on the show will come and feel it, and I think they'll quickly want to come back again soon because it's such an awesome place to be.
Doors open at 6:15 on Saturday morning for non-students who are interested in attending. The live show will begin at 7 a.m. and you can still get tickets for the College Game Day experience. There's a link on our website at kxly.com. Before that matchup against St. Mary's, Gonzaga will host San Diego. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night at McCarthy Athletic Center. It's the first and only regular season meeting between these teams this season. The Gonzaga women's team is facing San Diego and BYU this week. The Bulldogs won both matchups against these teams in December, but that was a while ago. Gonzaga head coach Lisa Fortier says both San Diego and BYU will be completely different teams this time around.
They've gone through multiple starting lineups. I know that BYU, Gustin is doing Gustin type of things. Falatea is still scoring the ball well. They've changed starting lineups as well. I mean, we played them in December. So there's a lot to figure out. There's a little bit of us. There's a little bit of, now we got Maut and Eliza back. I don't know when Lee's going to be back, but hopefully soon. And so we got that part too. And so there's all of those things.
And Gonzaga and San Diego tip off at 6 o'clock on Thursday night in Southern California. With a win, Gonzaga claims at least a share of the West Coast Conference title. The Bulldogs fell short of that regular season championship last season. And this summer, high schoolers in the Inland Northwest will see what it's like to be a Washington State football player. Washington State is holding a one-day football camp open to 9th through 12th graders. Campers will participate in on-the-field practice sessions, including agility work and individual drills with Washington State coaches. Campers will also receive a Nike Washington State football shirt. The camp is from 12:30 to 4:45 on June 24th, and there was a link to sign up on our website at KXLY.com. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Thank you, Julian. Democrats on Capitol Hill are criticizing House Speaker Kevin McCarthy for releasing thousands of hours of unseen surveillance video from the January 6th insurrection to Fox News. ABC's Andrew Dimbert explains why some say this raises security concerns.
This morning, Fox News host Tucker Carlson says he's been given access to more than 40,000 hours of unreleased surveillance footage from the January 6th attack.
They have not released any of it from January 6th. And January 6th, of course, is a transformative event in this country. It's been used to change the country.
It's unclear where Carlson's team was reviewing the footage or who they got it from. But according to multiple reports, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy granted Tucker's team access to the video. McCarthy's office did not respond to an ABC News request for comment. Carlson has repeatedly spread conspiracy theories about January 6th, saying this on the one-year anniversary.
Looking back, you could probably call what happened on January 6th a riot. We have called it that, but really only just a riot, maybe just barely.
Congressman Jamie Raskin, who sat on the January 6th committee, branded the release of the January 6th footage an ethical collapse, tweeting, "What security precautions were taken to keep this from becoming a roadmap for 2024 insurrection?" Carlson has already claimed that some of the new footage appears to show contradictions.
Some of our smartest producers have been there, looking at this stuff and trying to figure out what it means and how it contradicts or not the story that we've been told for more than 2 years. We think already that in some ways it does contradict that story.
This controversy comes just days after a court filing revealed private messages from Fox News personalities, including Carlson, showing they doubted allegations of voter fraud after the 2020 election, even while publicly pushing the false narrative. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
When I was little, my friends and I used to build bicycles and race go-karts. When we got older, we rode motorbikes. I always knew someday my family would own a dealership that sold really cool rides that drove fast at great prices.
Today, our Cal Superstores in Erie Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane are specializing in selling the very best used vehicles in the region. At Cal, we want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
Hello, I'm Lloyd Herman. If you need legal assistance due to an accident or an injury, put my 40 years of experience of dealing with the insurance companies to work for you. You'll have an appointment to speak to me within 48 hours. Lloyd Herman & Associates, 922-6600.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
At Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, we are offering a sweetheart of a deal by aggressively lowering prices to sell them fast. Plus, offering delayed payments until April 1st, so you don't have to wait for your new vehicle. This week at Dishman.
Vroom, vroom. Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to leave plenty of space when I pass by. I think 200 feet is right here. Thank you. That looks safe to me. And if I can't move over, I promise I'll slow down at least 10 miles an hour below the speed limit or no more than 50 miles an hour. You promise? Promise.
We want everyone to get home at the end of the day. When you see vehicles with flashing lights or people working on the side of the road, move over or slow down.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Single-digit lows tonight with those biting northeast winds. There's a wind chill advisory, and it's going to stay cold through Friday.
Biting is a good word. As soon as I felt it when I walked out today, Chris, it hurt.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.